We've now reached double digits in the Bourne Network's Marble Championship Season 5 events. Here we have Event 10. Now normally this would be the final event of the season, but of course for this season we have bumped it up to 12 overall. So there are still 3 events to go, including this one. And as you can see, this is the Biathlon. The only other time Biathlon was featured in the Bourne Network's Marble Championship was Season 2. But this one is incredibly different, and you can see the scoring notes right there if you just want to take a second to read that. Essentially, what the shooter does is, depending on how far they get on that scoring grid, I guess you could say, is depends on how many seconds they get off. I mean, how many times have I said this season? But anyway, the Ice Chippers will be the first to go. The Ice Chippers have been eliminated from championship contention, but that does not mean that they can finally get their season going with these last three events left. Maybe at least they can finish in the top half, and it's looking pretty good, pretty consistent from them, and that will be 2 seconds off of their time. You see they scored in the third pit, which means 2 points, so 2 seconds off for a 14:31, and that is the benchmark for everyone to beat. How about the Berry Blasters now? The Berry Blasters have shown great history in GraviTrax events, and this looks like it may be no different. A great start. Ooh, maybe a little bit slow around that corner. How are they going to do across the bridges? Nicely done. Coming up to the end. How are they going to put it? How far is it going to go? It's going to go very far. 4 points to the Berry Blasters, so 4 seconds off for 11:83. That is actually very close to the record set by the testing staff. Now for the Red Riots. The Red Riots hold the lead in the championship, and they have held it for quite some time now. But this is a bit of a slow start, or at least it's not looking as fast as the Berry Blasters start. Can they pull it back across the bridges? Pretty good transition there. Maybe a bit slow onto the final part. It's going to be around a 17-second time and only 2 points. So only 2 seconds off their time. 15.86, the Red Riots, 3rd out of 3 so far. Don't let that bronze color fool you. There have only been 3 runs. How about Team Clarity? Team Clarity are an unpredictable team. Despite their gold in the funnels this season, their entire first half was pretty horrendous, but they have gotten their season back on track. And this is looking pretty good. Not the greatest transition back there, but it's going to be a decent time, maybe just about 16. And they roll far to the left, almost missing the scoring pit entirely, but they do land in the 2 for a 13:85. Team Clarity 2nd overall so far. Penguin Patriots now. Penguin Patriots are the other team, along with the Ice Chippers, that have been eliminated from championship contention with these 3 events to go. But they can still get some medals for their fans and try and finish as high as possible. And it's looking pretty good. Decent transition there. This could be a decent time. Let's see how they do. Around 16 seconds. Ooh, not a good shoot. They will only get 1 point, which means only 1 second off, so that will hurt them. 15-12, but it will not be last, so there is a silver lining. How about Team Horizon? Talk about Team Horizon season. They have been having an amazing season so far. They are currently 4th overall, I believe, or at least they are in the top 4. And this is going to be a good start to this event for them. A bit slow around that corner. How can they do across the bridges? Great transition. This is looking great. That was great across the bridges. What's the time going to be? It looks like just about a 17. Look at Team Horizon. Team Horizon will get the max points on the shooting grid. That should get them. Yes, it does. Even a new record for Team Horizon. Team Horizon take the lead with an 11:51. That is not good for anyone else in the top quarter, in the top 4 especially. For the Windbreakers. Talk about a team that has a good history in GraviTrax. The Windbreakers have shown pace on this kind of track. It's a decent first half. How was the transition? That was a great transition, actually. And this is looking to be a very good time. Can they shoot as far as Team Horizon, though? Ooh, very far off to the left. But they just managed to sink it in the 3 pit. So that will be 3 seconds off their time. The Windbreakers, 13:34 for a provisional podium so far. You have to think, basically, if you want to win this event, you're going to have to shoot as far as possible now, just like Team Horizon did. How can the Flaming Cobras do? A good first quarter of this event. How are they going to do across the bridges? Decent transition as well. This could fight for a medal. And it's going to go the distance as well. The Flaming Cobras into the 5 pit. Will it be enough? No! Just barely behind Team Horizon. 11:55. They will equal the original record that was set by the testing staff. And they will have a provisional medal. Just 400ths behind Team Horizon. As you can see, the provisional results after the first half of runs. Now the Rosemarys. Rosemarys have had a very consistently mid-pack season, and they are running out of events to get their first medal. Rosemarys are one of the teams that is notorious for really not getting medals in seasons. I don't believe they've actually gotten a medal since maybe season 2 or 3. How's the shoot going? Not very good. 2 points on the shooting grid, which is better than 1, to be honest. But it is only going to be 8th out of 9 with a 15-26. How about the Black Markers? Talk about a team that used to be on top. The Black Markers season has not been great, especially by their standards. They have been somewhat consistent mid-pack, but that is just not how you expect the Black Markers to be, and they're going to want to be very quick here. That transition did not look very good. Ooh, the transition, especially to that last bit of track. How's this one going to be? Oh, no. The Black Markers only scoring the 1 pit. Now, is that going to be 16? They don't even beat the 16 mark. And that will be dead last for the Black Markers, with a sigh of relief coming from Red Riot's fans, who know they're at least guaranteed 1 point now. But what about the Foresters? The Foresters, unpredictable on GraviTrax for sure. Sometimes they do bad, sometimes they get golds like they did in Season 3 in the head-to-head. But how's this looking? It's looking all right. Maybe not the fastest we've seen, especially that transition. And how's the shooting? 2 points for the shooting. This is looking mid-pack for the Foresters. 7th out of 11, yes, with a 15.09. Could have been better for the Foresters. And how about the Midnight Stars? In the last event, or sorry, not the last event, 2 events ago, the Midnight Stars had one of the most paltry performances we've ever seen in a championship event. And they're trying to pull it back for their fans. And this is looking all right, maybe a bit slow. The bridges look good. Good transition to the 3rd marble there. This is a much faster end than it was a start. But what's the points going to look like? 2 points. So how will that be? As the Midnight Stars mascot, not super impressed. With a 14.98. Well, it's not horrible, but it definitely could have been better. Does not make the mascot too happy. But they did beat 15, and that is something. And now for Team Mariana, a team that's going to want to place well. Team Mariana, despite their 1 silver in the team pursuit, their season has not been amazing. That was a very slow corner back there. How's it going to be across the bridges? Pretty good. Coming up to the end. How will it be? About a 16.5 for the time, and 2 points for the shooting. For a 14.23. It's actually not too bad for Team Mariana. Possibly in the top half with 3 runs left, we will see. How about the Starlights? Starlights have won GraviTrax events before. I believe they won the Season 4 GraviTrax Slalom. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then they also DNF'd in the Season 5 qualifying slalom. So this is looking very quick for them. How's it going to be? It's going to come down to the shooting, though. The time means nothing if the shot is bad. And it's only going to be 1 point. So it will only be, what is that, 14.79. So that will barely be top half at the moment. They're going to be lucky if they stay there with True Blue Crew. Though True Blue Crew doesn't have a very storied GraviTrax history. It's going to be a decent start. Around the 2 hairpins, pretty good. Maybe not amazing. This is one of the important corners. It's very slow around that one. And the speed across the bridges is important as well. This is looking okay for True Blue Crew. Maybe looking like a mid-pack run so far. Just about 17. Oh, and that's going to be a decent shot as well. Maybe not quite the 5-pointer that Team Horizon and the Flaming Cobras got, but still 3, and that will put them in the top half. Guaranteed top half for True Blue Crew. Good for them. And now our final runner to go, the Ultraviolets, who are running out of events to have their trademark comeback in the second half of a season. And if there is an event to do it, this is one of them, but it's not looking very fast. That transition was okay. How's it going to be in this bottom half? They're going to want to maybe a 15, 16 second time. That is what they get, but only 2 points off. Where will that place them? 6th. The Ultraviolets will place in the top half. That is at least something to smile about, but nobody can stop Team Horizon. They have gotten their first gold medal ever. The Flaming Cobras will claim another medal. After they got 2 very quickly in the first half of the season, they sort of went on a bit of a dry streak, and the Berry Blasters will round it out. And now only the top half of the standings can win the championship.